And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Train Effective podcast. And as our guest would say, bonjour, guten tag, what's up, bruv?
Yes, my guy.
Brandao, welcome to the Train Effective podcast. How are you, bro?
I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm here in LA, Los Angeles. I'm living life. Some really exciting days ahead of me, and looking forward to it, and looking forward to join you guys. Train Effective, as you guys know, I love Train Effective since day one. So I feel honored to be here.
Man, you're gonna make me cry, man. No, I'm just love that. Look, everybody knows who Brandao is. Look at that. Everybody knows who Brandao is. And so it's good to have you on. And I want to talk about a wide range of things today because you are somebody who you're quite adventurous, I'd like to say. I think Brandao is quite adventurous because of course, in the past, I met you in London. We played there. You've been to other countries. I'm on YouTube the other day. I see Brandao is in Los Angeles, California. People are in the airport asking, "Do you play for the Los Angeles Lakers?" Why are you in America without giving too many details? What is happening with you in Los Angeles of all places?
So, first of all, the whole idea traveling to America came about 3 months ago because, as you know, I don't know if you were aware of that, but I played in Iceland, and in Iceland, I signed there for the last 8 weeks. So season finished, and due to my contract situation is that I am not able to sign for a club, any club, until January. And that just gave me the idea, okay, listen, you can't sign for a club until January, so why not literally explore things? And as I'm a very firm believer of that, the only person that you can rely on is yourself. And if you want to create opportunities, you can't just wait and sit there and wait for other people to help you. You literally need to go out and just go and get the opportunities. And I always wanted to be in America. That's like, I think so many people want to be in America. They want to travel to America. And I just thought, you know what? Now is the best time to travel to America because, first of all, I won't be able to sign for a club. So I don't want to just sit there 3 months and do nothing. I want to explore. I want to explore what other opportunities can be created. Maybe there's going to be opportunities in America. So I thought, you know what? Pack your stuff, go to America and see what's happening. And that's what I did. Traveled to New York and now here in Los Angeles, and it's just crazy. And and now actually there's going to be some opportunities here, which I'm very looking forward to it. And and it's crazy because, to be honest, no one really helped me here. I don't have any contacts, but with me showing up to a training session and stuff, created other opportunities, other contacts. So yeah, now we will see what's going to happen. But I'm here in LA, in Hollywood, and looking forward to it.
Love that. No, we're in the same country, but you're probably further from me now than when you were in Europe because LA to Washington D.C.
10-hour flight probably, or 9 hours.
3-hour flight from Washington D.C. to LA.
Oh, it's 3 hours just.
Yeah, it's really strange. I think it depends. It might be a little more going to LA than coming back because Jetstream or something, but I don't know about all that stuff. But point is, I've seen your YouTube vlogs the other day, and or the one that you uploaded the other day. I seen you with the. I'm telling you, because I only know you from when we were in Europe, when we were in England. Yeah, that's where I met you for the first time, and I was like, bro, this is the tallest striker ever seen. It's great. And I played in the US, so you have quite a lot of physical big players here and stuff, you know? and a lot of athletes here, they play like in the fall they'll play soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. In the spring they might play something else. So I I seen your YouTube and I seen you grocery shopping,
Oh
and
yeah.
I was like, let's see what he gets. And I see the Quaker oats. I see some like Pringles.
Quaker oats.
Yeah.
Ah,
I
la,
see
la,
all
la,
the
la, la.
stuff
Ah, la,
that
la, 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 la.
I see the stuff that I buy and I get sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I have them too. Yeah, I have them too. It's the little guilty pleasure. So, um, yeah, I seen that and I was just so excited because I was like, man, I have to speak to Brandao because this is so sick. Like usually you do see people go from, I don't know, maybe sometimes different countries in Europe, but you came all the way to the other side of the planet essentially, to pursue these opportunities, which, like you said, you created. And that kind of leads me to the next thing that you just said something really interesting. Fully depending on yourself, fully relying on yourself. I think that's a really, really important mentality, not just in football, but in life. You know, it's
Oh yes.
100% accountability. And I'm a big advocate of that. Now, did you always have that mindset, or did it develop over time? Did you have
No,
it young?
it definitely developed over time because obviously I'm not the youngest. I'm not 17. I'm not 18 anymore, and obviously um, when you play football literally your whole life, like I did and I'm still doing, you get to know so many people. You get to know so many people that actually are trying to advise you, are trying to help you, are trying to talk to you and stuff. And that's very, very important. When I say that don't rely on other people, that doesn't mean that you should literally reject other people's help and say, listen, I do this by myself. I don't rely on anyone. No, I always say that you shouldn't rely on other people, but it's completely fine if other people actually want to help you, but don't just wait on them. Don't just wait on people getting you trials and all these things. And why I say that, I speak from experience simply because I've experienced all of that. There
Yeah.
was a time in my life where there was a period in my in my time where I literally waited for other people to get me trials, especially when I moved like 5 years ago. When I moved from Germany to England, I literally had no contacts. I didn't know anyone, and I wanted to pursue a career in England because, in my opinion, England is football country number one. So what I did is I met few people and agents, and they all told me, Brendan, listen, I'm going to get you a trial. I'm going to get you a trial. And obviously, when you hear that, you're happy, you're excited, you train, and you just wait for that phone call. You literally every single day you check your phone like 20 times. Did he call me? Did he message me? And every single day you come to the realization he didn't call me. I didn't get an answer. I didn't do nothing. And there was this one thing where there was one agent. He said that I'm going to have a trial for like a League Two team, and I was literally waiting. He never got back to me. It's like he disappeared. He vanished. And that made me realize from that moment, I remember that so good. I was literally in the living room, and at that moment I shared a room with like 6 people.
I remember this.
And
I remember this.
yeah, like
I
we've been
remember
through.
I remember they were. I was in the Train Effective House at this time, and I didn't really know you that well. But Nick would tell me, Corby would tell me. You remember Corby?
Yeah,
They would tell me like, "Who's this guy? Bro, 6 people moved from Germany to here. I have to meet him." Like, I remember this time. So go on. Sorry.
exactly. And we've been through tough times, but I remembered this day like it was yesterday. And I promised myself, Brendan, listen, from now on, this is the moment where you start to create opportunities. If people help you, it's completely fine, but don't rely on them. Don't wait on them, because you have 2 healthy feet, You have like all you need is just football shoes, shin pads, and maybe a bit of money for transportation and stuff. But and you need a phone, smartphone, Google. All you need, Google clubs, show up to the clubs and ask them, because more than a no, you understand, like you won't get more than a no. If a club says no, that's completely fine, move on, but at least you tried. And that's when I started to realize that, listen, opportunities always, yeah, always, and that's a fact, when you try it, yeah, that's when opportunities come your way. And most of the time opportunities always comes when you least expect them. So yeah, and when you move forward, what happened in those last years, like all the opportunities that I got, signing in Romania, in Iceland, and all these things, I mean, no one helped me. No one helped me. I just showed up at clubs, and this is how I got those opportunities.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that so much because it's like a little theme that I'm seeing here. Because I remember in the 100-day challenge for Nick, he did the same thing, but at Leighton Orient. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah, of course.
He just went to first the training ground because he read it in a newspaper.
Yeah.
Then he went to the actual stadium, asked the front secretary, "Hey, is the new manager in?" "Yeah, I'm Nick Humphreys. I play fullback and I want to train." And then he actually got their number, like the manager, like contact, and the manager like hit him back and everything. And that all happened from
Exactly.
out of nothing. He created that. He didn't have a contact at that club. He literally got up, went over there, and made it happen essentially. And this is another thing, Brandao. It's like not every single place, not every opportunity, not just in football and life, is gonna say yes to you. You know, you're gonna get knocked down a lot. You're gonna get lots of no's, lots of rejections. And this is the thing that I love that you said, where so many times, and I've experienced this in football, yeah, and it's a really demoralizing feeling where like
Oh yes.
it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
especially when you talk to people, you have a good chat with some coach or somebody, even maybe in person, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll ring you back. Yeah, just give me your details. Oh, what position do you play? Where have you played? Blah 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 blah." And then they're like, "Ring you back next like week, 2 weeks." You wake up, the first thing you check is not social media. You go to Gmail or you go to WhatsApp. You're looking for a
Exactly.
phone number. You know, like most people are out here. They're like, "Oh, did so and so text me back?" You just want this coach to text you back, and that your whole life might be centered around this one person, this one coach or manager, whereas they might be off doing whatever they're doing and just never
Oh
had good
yes.
intentions for you. So that's why I love the mentality of, you know what, shelve that, put the power in your hands, in essence. You know, do what you can, what's in your control, and go from there. And you're like the perfect proof that you can do that. You can do that.
But let me tell you a very, because you mentioned that, like few months ago, I actually started another challenge called Road to Liga One, because I said that really I want to play in the first division. So that's why I traveled all over Europe. I traveled to Turkey, I traveled to Hungary, and I traveled to Bulgaria to pursue that wish to play in the first division. And actually, what happened is, because you mentioned that, like sometimes it's so demoralizing to get a no and stuff, but how would you react? Yeah, how would you react if you literally, after being in Turkey for like 2 weeks and been to 10 clubs, always hearing a no, 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 but keep going and actually traveling to another country, Bulgaria, which I did. And then after all this time, you finally get the opportunity to speak to a manager, and he literally invites you to come to training, right? So traveled 7 hours by bus, because the the sports director invited me, paid for the hotel. The sports director paid for the hotel. And then you arrive there at 11 o'clock in the night. And this sports director literally calls you and says that he wants to meet you. And you go there to the meeting, and then what you see is the sports director, his wife, and then his brother, who's also a player of the team, and his wife. And you just think, oh, what's going on? Like, do they want to offer me a contract straight, or what's going on? Like, you never see that.
Yeah.
And then literally you have such a great meeting, and they discuss things, and it actually looks like that they want to sign me, right? Like everything good. And then the next day, to write the sports director a message because you just want to confirm what time exactly, because you want to be there earlier, where they train, and they're not hearing back from them. And you think, huh? Wait, like, sorry, like, huh? Why do you not reply? You call him, he doesn't answer the phone. You keep messaging him, no reply. Until the next day, you just find out that the reason why he didn't reply was because he found out that you have a YouTube channel. And because Bulgaria is a very conservative country and stuff, and then you just come to the realization that, listen, you maybe had the opportunity of a lifetime, but because they found out you have a YouTube channel, that's why they don't want to invite you anymore. Even though you had a meeting with them the day before, and you just think, you see, and that's what I mean by it might be demoralizing. And at that moment, I felt so bad. I mean, I cried. I didn't know what to do. And I was really so close to just say, listen, like maybe YouTube is not really what I should do. Maybe it doesn't come in, like it's not good when you want to pursue a serious football career and do as well YouTube. But on the other hand, I just said, listen, without YouTube, I wouldn't even be here. Without YouTube, I wouldn't even be here. So why should I stop something that made me to the person that I am now? So that's why it's very, very important to always keep going, to not matter what other people think of you, because the only opinion that really matters is the one that you have of yourself. And you should always remember that, because there's going to be so many managers, so many trials you attend where they say, listen, you're not good enough, you are not good at this, but you should always keep going no matter what, because at the end of your life, when you look back, you need to tell yourself that I tried everything possible. Because if you can say that, then trust me, you're going to be happy. It doesn't matter if you fulfill your dreams or not, but at least to try is the most amazing thing.
It's like that.
I sound like a pastor. I sound like a pastor.
It's like it's like Kanye West in that new song Hurricane. But yeah, no, listen, what's it called? Man, I really want. So I love that story, but right now I'm a little interesting because I love like exploring and kind of not focusing, but delving into when you're at your lowest. Yeah, what the f do you do? Yeah, so I want you to tell me, because the way you told it, I was picturing all of it. Yeah, I was picturing all of it. When you found out with the YouTube thing, and like you said, let's just say I don't know exactly how it happened, but you were maybe crying. Yeah, you were tearing up. You were crying. I don't know, in your bed, on the table, whatever it was. But in that moment where you seem to have went to all these places, all these clubs, everywhere, bro. Foreign. I know you speak lots of languages, but Turkey. I don't know if you speak Turkish, but all these places, all these clubs. No. You go to new country, Bulgaria, I believe. Bus, long journey. Come here. Most grand welcome. And bro, it's like you said, this is like literally the perfect scenario if there was one, but all that happens, you feel amazing after. You're probably thinking, this is it. This is it. This is the one. And then for it to all come or be taken away like that, and you're so down, how did you manage to keep going in that moment?
You know, I how I managed that is, you see, during my life, especially during this journey, my faith, my belief helps me a lot. Because when I tell you to how many trials I've been to and being told that, oh, you're good, but something is missing. Oh, you're good, but we have another player that had more experience, so that's why we took him. Like, you can't imagine how many no's I've heard in my life. So there's a simple verse in the Bible, Matthew 19:26, says, with people it's impossible, but with God it's possible. And every single time when I'm at my lowest, when I actually think, listen, does that even make sense? Am I really good enough? Like, what am I doing here? And I might cry, and it's completely okay to cry, to be upset, to think of, listen, I can't do it. Like, I don't have any energy anymore. But every single time when I'm at my lowest, I just remind myself that, listen, with God, everything is possible. When you believe, everything is possible. And hard work always pays off. Always. And I always see that the world, the whole wide world is so big. There are literally 1 million clubs, let's say, right? And just because this one club or 10 other clubs of those 1 million clubs said no, I'm going to keep trying it with those 999, 800, blah, blah, thousand, I don't know. You understand? So I always refer to my faith because I'm a believer, and that makes me always keep going. Because when you believe, everything is possible. So simple as that. And I know I say that every single time, but it is so true that when you keep going, when you are consistent in what you do, you become successful. So simple as that. And I love what Cristiano Ronaldo always says, because so many people, they always ask him, oh, what's your secret to success? What's your secret? What do you do? Do you eat different? Blah, blah, blah. There's no success. Hard work is the secret. Hard work. You need to put the work in to gain something. So simple. So simple. Hard work always pays off. So I know I need to keep working to achieve my goal. But that's the most important thing. Sometimes you might work as hard as you can, but somehow it doesn't work, right? But at least you tried. When you at least try it and it doesn't work out, trust me, you're not going to be miserable. You're not going to be unhappy, because you can say, I've tried. But if you don't try it and you think of, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that, that's the worst. So always keep trying it.
And then
Always.
and then you'll have a regret as well, which is the absolute worst thing that I always tell people.
Oh, yes.
Bro, I tell people, Brandao, man, like I'm like, I am, and it's weird saying this, but I am open to failing. I am open to failing because the alternative is not even trying, and it's regret. Like for me, my big thing, like you said, or like with failure in general, bro. Like it teaches you so much. You probably when you first started out, when you first started playing football, you probably couldn't, always hit the target. When you first started working on your weak foot, you probably always couldn't hit the target. But like you said, just with anything, not just on the pitch, like I feel like the reason like people don't accept this is because it's so simple. Like you said, if you put in more effort, more time, more repetition, all these things, and you keep trying, keep up this effort, keep putting in work, hard work, lots of work, not just passive. Oh, I went to the field to do 3 free kicks. That's not hard work, even though you were there for an hour. That's, if you keep putting in the effort and keep refining your process, that's progress, and that's how these things happen. But I feel like, this is just my opinion, I feel like people see like top players and they're just like, it must be something else. It must be something. It's like, no matter if those players grew up and were in an academy system or whatever, they still had to go to training every single day. They still had to make certain sacrifices every single day, every week, every month. They still had matches on the weekends and, I don't know, couldn't go out or things like this. It's universally hard work. Like, you're not going to be at that level by just not doing anything. You have to apply yourself.
Exactly. And for me, because as you mentioned, I was a striker before. Can you imagine that? Me playing center back now, but I actually was a striker. And for me, that's the best example of the proof of hard work. My whole life played center back, moved to England, and they tried to convert me into a striker, right? It's like complete different position.
No.
Yeah, and when you're used to playing a position, especially defender, as a striker, there are so many different things I had to adapt myself. And the thing is, because I documented everything on YouTube, I documented every single day how I train, my progresses. And when I look back, because now the good thing is with documenting it on YouTube, you can always look back. And that's what I love, because I love making memories. Me, in 20 years, I can look back and see at my videos and see just like, wow, what did I do? Like crazy. But I always see, I did once the UK football trials like 3 years ago and played there. Yeah, played there as a striker. And then when I fast forward 2 years later, my trial game that I played with Kidderminster Harriers, where I scored 2 goals, that game actually made me really a professional footballer for Kidderminster. When I see those 2 things, the progressions of there and there is just crazy. But how? Is by simply working, by simply training, because I'm that type of person. I want to improve. And when there are people commenting on your videos, oh, you're so not good, you will never become a professional, blah, blah, blah. And at some point, you think about it. Oh, maybe it's right. Maybe it's right. Maybe I shouldn't, like, maybe I will never become a professional. But you know what? Sometimes, like, that's why I say, really, the only opinion that really matters is the one that you have of yourself. So whether there was someone said, whether you think you're good or not, in both cases, you're right. You see, so it's always about what you think of yourself. So yeah, but hard work is just a fact. Like, I would love to one day have a tattoo, but obviously I won't do it. But hard work always pays off.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes, my guy. And that quote, it's simply about belief, isn't it? It's like, if you believe you can, or if you believe you can't. I think it was Confucius. It was something like that. Yeah. See, we know
exactly.
But it's really true, because our brains, Brandao, like, really are really interesting how we choose to believe. Like, you can be really, really good, but if you just don't believe in yourself, you don't believe you can, these opportunities might not come up. And this is just a bit of a side note, bro. Like, I don't know if you might have had this, but, and this applies to footballers as well. It applies to lots of things in life, but some people, like, I think it's God. Some people might think they call it the universe, whatever, like, it is. But when you do put in lots and lots and lots of hard work, when you do focus on these goals that you have, and like, are really intentful, I feel like certain stuff in the universe just works your way and drops into place. And you might think, like, there is no way this should have happened, but it has happened. Like, and I've had this happen on maybe a handful of times in my life, but in different aspects of life. But like, just lots of. But it happened after lots of hard work, lots of trying, testing, or just focusing on certain goals. Whether it used to be in football or wherever it is in the universe or God, like sometimes these opportunities do just kind of they seem to come out of nowhere. Some people call it law of attraction. I call it like lots and lots of hard work meeting an opportunity, and that's called people say luck. Have you had anything like that before where
Oh my,
just go on?
oh my days. Look, there's instantly one thing that comes straight into my mind, because I am a very believer of everything that happens for a reason, right? And for me, it's somehow true. But this thing can also trick you. But for example, this is when I signed in Romania. Can you imagine? So obviously, I did the all-in challenge where I said I want to play in the first and second division. That's like 1.5 years ago. And I randomly said, okay, listen, I want to go to a country. So I just looked at Ryanair, cheapest flights, filter, it has to leave on Monday, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw Ukraine. So I was just so close to book a flight to Ukraine. So I would end up in Ukraine. But then I checked again, wait, am I even allowed to travel to Ukraine with COVID restrictions? And the answer was no. So second cheapest flight for £4.99 was to Romania. £4.95 to Romania.
£5, yeah.
That's the reason why I ended up in Romania. But look, I said, let me travel on Sunday so that I can start to go to clubs on Monday, because Monday, start of the week, that's when all clubs probably start to train. And I mean, new week, Monday. And I will never forget that. My flight was meant to leave on Sunday. So grab my stuff, everything good. I had to catch the flight at like 3 o'clock or stuff like this. So I'm sitting in the train, and this train never late. But on Sunday, exactly when I had to catch this flight to Romania, where literally my whole future depends on it, like, it's late. And I'm just thinking, train, what are you doing? Mate, just drive, mate. Why are you stopping in the middle of the street? And I'm like freaking out. Like, do you, like, you know, when you are somewhere and stuck in traffic and you just think, what the heck are you doing? But look, this train was so late. So I didn't even like got to the airport because it was just too late. So long story short, I was then thinking, maybe God doesn't want me to be in Romania, because that's obviously a sign, because that's obviously like everything happens for a reason. So maybe I shouldn't be in Romania. Yeah. So I was just really nearly finished with that thought of coming to Romania. But then I just said, no, let me actually check like other flights to Romania. So I checked while on the train. I checked there was a flight the next day for £6. And usually flights the next day, when you just book it one day before, they're like £100, £200. Yeah. So which flight is just, you book it one day before, it's just £6.
Yeah.
And you just think, okay, let me just book it. Like £6. I mean, I won't lose anything. So I traveled the next day and then Googled the first club and been there, because I knew, because I arrived on Monday evening. And then, and I said, okay, then let me just go on Tuesday morning. I knew professional clubs, they always train in the morning, been there. And then somehow they trained, got the manager. And then he said, okay, listen, come tomorrow to training. I give you the chance, opportunity, everything perfect. But then I met someone, he was from Ghana. He lived in England as well. And I told him the story that, listen, I missed my flight yesterday, so stressful and blah, blah. And he told me that, my friend, it's so good that you missed your flight, because we didn't train on Monday. And I was thinking, what? You didn't train on Monday? No, because we had a match on Sunday. So we were off yesterday. And this is the craziest thing. if I would have catch that flight, if this train wouldn't be late, I would go to the club, because I know me. I would go to the club that I Googled, and I would be there. I wouldn't see anyone, and I would just say, okay, listen, next club. You understand? For me, that's it. Like, because I don't want to waste my time. I don't go to a club twice, like, because there are 100 clubs there. There are other clubs I can go to. But if this train wouldn't be late, if I would have catched it, I wouldn't be there. You understand? But me being this train being late, not catching this flight, seeing this other flight. So it's just, some people can say it's luck. Some people can say law of attraction. But for me, it's just crazy. And it's just like, mate, it's just like, I will never forget this. Never.
It happens. It happens. It's really strange. But like, here's the thing. I'll never question these things. I'll just be
exactly.
I'll just, I'm calm with it. Like, I'm calm. Like, listen, no. So whether the train driver was slow, whether it was traffic, I don't question it. Like, I'm just like, you run with that. And also, I think, I'm not sure, but I think you were in were you at the effective camp last month? You were
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
How was that? Because I'm not there. So and I've seen you on the social media, and that's when I was like, this guy is everywhere. Because like, now I see the LA vlogs. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because I traveled for a short time back to England, and that's when I got invited to the Train Effective camp. And like, as I said, really from day one, as I follow Nick and you guys, the whole Train Effective channel here on YouTube, TikTok, especially now on TikTok, you guys are huge. Like, you guys are literally number one in football content. Like, literally, whole wide world number one.
Yeah.
But like, as to see you guys developing to what you became today is unbelievable. And I got invited to the Train Effective camp, and like, you see all these players from all around the world. And like, even though I was just there one day, but we had 2 training sessions, coaches so professional, like really good, like, and me having this experience with professional coaching, like, I couldn't tell a difference. I couldn't tell a difference if this is like a Train Effective camp or professional soccer training, like professional. Like, I really enjoyed that. Whole organization is crazy, like so good. And it's just like, they take care of everything. You guys take care of everything. Food, what happens at 12 o'clock and 8 seconds, and what happens 2 minutes late. You guys are organized like crazy, seriously. So it's been amazing. Really.
I love
and the quality of the session was really good as well. So many like good players aspiring. I love that, really. Like, I just love Train Effective. Like, seriously. But the most important thing, really so good as well, you guys, the app, Train Effective app. I mean, I think some people still think that, like, maybe I might get paid to do this, or I just say that because I'm talking to. No, I mean, I can say whatever I like. If I don't like Train Effective, I wouldn't be here. But Train Effective, like, regardless, the app, for example, you guys, the app, like, it's just the best. Why? Because so many times, even me being professional, and there's so many YouTube videos and having so many training sessions done in my life, but sometimes there are days where I just think, okay, what can I train today? What should I do this? What can I do? But when you have this app, Train Effective, you just open it and you just like choose what you want to train on today, and it shows you like a complete workout, and it's just like, oh my day, it's just the best. Seriously, it's just the best.
I love that, man. I appreciate that. Like,
it's like that.
Fully. And what's it called? On that, I saw in one of your recent videos, and I think I know, I think everybody knows, fitness, like training fitness, that's like, it's difficult, like it challenges your body. And I've seen you do the I seen you the Get Fit Quick workout in I think one of your most recent videos, and I saw one of the reps like it's the John Moses, yeah, it's that exercise. You
Oh
got
my
to dribble
days.
the ball forward, jog like run back pedal, and then go to the next clone. And I didn't know if you were starting it, but I seen you towards the end. I was like, "Raw, Brandow's is tired." That exercise is a killer, yeah. But it gets you like, have you like, do you think that gets you good in shape for like matches and that?
Look, first of all these exercises when you do, it's always that's a mysterious thing about like stamina endurance workouts. When you look at someone else doing it, it looks so simple.
This is what I'm asking.
You
Go on.
understand? It looks so simple. But then when you start to do it, and me, I consider myself fit. So even before doing this Get Fit Quick workout, I consider myself fit. But doing this, like, it made me realize, listen, I'm not that fit. Like, I'm not that fit because those drills were made. It was tough. Like, it was tough, and it doesn't look so tough, but when you do it, it's tough. But of course, it helps you because I I know what helps you in football. I know those things, and it helps you in this way that obviously it helps you even with your touch. Like when you're not fit, when you lack this like fitness, the simplest thing can become so hard. Having a good touch, just controlling the ball. Someone just gives you a diagonal ball. You just need to control it with your chest and bring it down. Those simple things become hard. But those exercises, because it's very, very football related. In football, you don't run 30 minutes one tempo.
Yeah.
Football related is a lot of HIT, like hits in like high interval. So sprinting to a cone and then backpedaling. That's when the defender, no, the striker comes against you 1v1. You have to backpedal. And then he loses the ball and you need to bring your defensive line up. That's when you sprint forward and then you receive the ball. You need to dribble. That's all football related.
Yeah.
So it helps you immense. Like it helps you, and that's what I like about this like app is because it got created by footballers. You see, when fitness apps or people that never played football, they have so many exercises and but when you don't play football, when you haven't played football before, like you might not know certain things. But because this app got created and all these exercises are very, very highly thought out, so they've been created by footballers. So
That,
it's
that,
really
that
good.
love that, and that was a big thing for me. Because like I didn't start playing until late eight. Like I was what I believe I was 14 years old when I first started playing, and within 2 years, like I learned to play really quickly. Like, and it was from doing different exercises, working out with the wall, shooting against the walls, doing passing with the walls, and all this stuff. So I know how to kind of improve and develop certain areas of the game, and I'm happy we've like shout out to the Train Effective team that they've all incorporated that into the app. But of course, just moving forward with that always and always trying to make it better for all of our users. Because at the end of the day, Brandao, like we just want, and I just want like, and I'm sure you want this as well. You just want players to like maximize their potential and like if they don't know what they're doing training wise, they shouldn't have to pay, especially in the US. I don't know if you know this, you might know this since you're here, but it's really expensive to play here. And
Listen, I asked someone yesterday because I've seen his Instagram. He's a one-on-one personal coach.
yeah,
I asked him for a one-on-one session. I asked him, how much is one of your sessions? $180. I said, are you crazy? $180 for 1 hour session? Are you Cristiano Ronaldo's father or like will I get a Zoom call with Cristiano Ronaldo after our
yeah,
training session? Or why do you charge that much?
yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I I'm big on like in Europe or in across the world where people can just play on the street and play with like here, bro. Like I grew up Greater Washington D.C., so Northern Virginia. So many of the places when I was playing and growing up, like if you went on there, the park manager would come and kick you off. Yeah. If you wanted to go play with your friends, you had to pay to rent the pitch for like an hour, and it'd be like $30 more if it's with the lights on at nighttime. Like all these crazy things. Like, bro, 14, 15-year-olds cannot always afford this, especially the thing that would really like even now irks me is so many good players, Brandao, here in America, yeah, that are
Mhm.
amazing players, but
Oh yeah.
they cannot get into these higher level teams or any travel teams or teams in general because of the costs to play. Because their parents, they have to focus on getting food on the table every night, and what are they going to eat the next week and this and that. They can't put that money towards the child's football as much as they want to. I'm really passionate about that because I think everybody should have the opportunity. So that's why with the app, hopefully, the goal is that everybody can train and develop just like these academies and teams do, if not better, all wherever you are, whenever you're there. And that's why right now, like it's free, not like for the most part, most of the content on there is free, and that's for everybody to use and just absolutely maximize.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, love that. So now we're gonna do something a little bit fun before we wrap up. It's a little bit of rapid fire for Brandao, and I want you to answer these questions. I wonder what your response will be to some of these because I think I know you kind of, but after these, I probably will be like, I don't know who Brandao is at all. So let's do this. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I was born ready.
Okay. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. There you go. Okay. So first one, this is an easy one. What's your favorite Traineffecta workout?
The Virgil van Dijk one.
Okay, I love that.
Virgil van Dijk.
Specifically.
He's a huge role model to me. Center back, both same position. Virgil van Dijk.
So this might actually factor in later. But who wins the Champions League this season?
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Who wins the Premier League this season?
Liverpool.
Okay. Would you rather score from a half volley or a full volley? Back to your striker days.
Full volley.
Full volley. Okay, love that. Favorite stadium?
Signal Iduna Park, Borussia Dortmund.
Atmosphere.
Unbelievable.
Favorite food?
African, beignet, pundu, fufu. Oh my days, I love that. Beignet with fufu and pundu. That's something Congolese.
Do you know the jollof rice?
Huh?
Do you know the jollof rice?
Yeah, but nah, it's not my favorite.
Not really. Okay, cool. Score from a free kick or score from halfway?
Half volley.
No, halfway line.
Oh, halfway line.
Halfway
line.
Yeah, calm. Okay, this is an interesting one. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Liverpool. After this podcast, they call you on your WhatsApp.
Liverpool. Straight.
Easy.
Straight. Easy. Liverpool.
Raw. Love that. Okay. These next ones are going to be a little bit easy. You can either play for Pep or for Klopp. Klopp. Was that easy or was that a difficult decision?
No, I mean, I've read Zlatan Ibrahimovic's biography, and that's where he talks about Pep and stuff. And I mean, obviously, I don't know Pep, but I mean, I prefer Pep is an amazing coach, of course, but between those two, definitely Klopp.
Dortmund or Bayern Munich? Which one do you want to play for?
Is Borussia Dortmund or Bayern Munich?
Mm-hmm.
Dortmund.
Why?
because simple. Bayern Munich is more like you have to perform. They don't really like, I mean, I just say from my point of view, obviously.
Yeah.
But
No worries.
Bayern Munich is more like you have to. And Borussia Dortmund is like, even if you don't do well, like it's just like more, it's like a family club for me. So just more I have more sympathy towards Borussia Dortmund.
Okay, I love that. And Bayern Munich is, they seem to always be winning the Bundesliga, so it's lots of pressure.
Yeah, but I mean, they're good. They're really good. But Borussia Dortmund is just my team. Like,
yeah, love that. Soon, you very
inshallah.
soon. Okay, this is an interesting one, yeah, and this is kind of, maybe you can get as deep or as broad as you want, but I love talking about this on the podcast because it's just, I think it needs to be talked about, especially amongst footballers, yeah. And I'm gonna preface it by saying, Brandao, like lots of people, young kids, yeah, 12 to like 18, school age, even older, younger, whatever, wants to go professional, yeah, want to play professional football. Nowadays, we have, like I've told you, our phones, yeah, we have social media. We see Pedri or all these players at young ages playing so well, and it's easy to compare ourselves to other players who might have had a whole different life than you so far, but you see them and you're like, oh man, this person's already doing this and that in football and signing contracts. I don't have a club. It's easy to get down. It's easy to get messed up in here, and that brings down like just your whole life in general. And we've seen a lot of players just like open up about mental health and all that. What is your message from your experience to any player, any footballer, or even any person who nowadays is just struggling, can't get out of the house, can't get out of their room, maybe even depressed, suffering from their anxiety is flaring up? What would your message be to them?
Well, that's a very good one. But you see, I can always refer to myself, and that's what I think why some people actually like respect me, and why other people actually might look up to me, even though I still found that so weird when other people say, oh, I look up to you, you're such a huge inspiration because you do this and that. Because all I'm doing is just literally, I'm just living my life, and I'm just trying to teach other people that if you have dreams, you should try everything possible to achieve your dreams. And I can always say, because even me, sometimes I really feel so down. Like I feel like, am I good enough? I'm questioning everything. I'm so hard on myself that if I go to a trial and if I play a diagonal pass and then it's not where it should be, and then the opponent catch my ball and I just think, oh my days, what was that? Like, oh, they're not going to take me because of this one ball now. And I'm so hard on myself. But the only thing I can say, if you are in this kind of position where you literally don't know what to do, you literally depressed, you've been just released from an academy, or you simply have no clue, always remind yourself what made you start playing football. Why are you playing football? Why? It's because it's your dream, it's your passion, you just enjoy it. And will you let this one bad experience bring you down? Will you let this one manager saying you're not good enough brings you down? Will you let an injury bring you down? Because when I did this 365 challenge, I dislocated my elbow like after 100 days. And this was the worst thing. And I was just like, what am I doing? Like, how am I able to film? Because I started this YouTube thing, I dislocated my elbow. Like, what can I do? But sometimes when you go through a tunnel, at the end, there's always light. At the end, there's always light. So That's so important. Speak with your best friend about any kind of problems you have that you might think, oh, because best friends always will cheer you up. They will give you positive energy, and then you will see this whole perspective from different view. And then also very, very important, try to watch like motivational videos on YouTube, which are like literally a cure. Really, if you just want, like, they are a cure. But the most important thing is always think that, listen, no one is perfect. Even the best players in this world got rejected. Even the best players, they go through dark times. They don't know what to do. Like, they don't feel like training. But always stay positive, because that's so important. And always know, at the end of the tunnel, there's always light. Always. So keep going, my friend. Keep going, keep believing. And my friend, one day it's going to come if you work hard, but only if you work hard. So simple.
Wonderful, brilliant stuff, man. I love that, and I think that's a great message to kind of send everybody off on. And I'm just gonna now. I think everybody should know by now. You have a YouTube channel, like for everybody listening on YouTube. We will link Brandow's YouTube right down below. Just click it, subscribe to him, so your life improves drastically. Even pretty amazing. It will, like, you will see. Just go watch his grocery haul from recent video, and you will be very excited.
And look,
and the
when
toilet.
when you go and do some groceries, this is what you need.
Oh
this
boy.
is what you need. Ah, la, 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 long. Ah, la, la, la. Yeah.
The Quaker Oats.
Even this couldn't handle it, guys. Quaker Oats, you make me sweat. Hey, Quaker Oats. No, you need those Quaker Oats, bro.
No, man, I love that. Very, very versatile. And we need to get Quaker Oats to send you a lifetime supply of Quaker Oats. Maybe we can set that up somehow. Maybe.
But there's something in the making, bro. There's something in the making.
Oh, this is why everybody has to subscribe to Brandao. So everybody, I'm Hashir Khan. So make sure to follow me on Instagram at Hashir Khan, HASHIRCAN. Make sure to follow Brandao at Brandow4. That's BRANDAO and the number 4. It's also in the Spotify descriptions. Brandao, you're a legend, man. I know you said on the videos that you want to be legendary. You're pursuing these opportunities daily, and I know, because I can see from afar, that many times when we're going towards certain things and just crushing it, sometimes we might forget certain things because there's so much we got to focus on. But I'm here to tell you that you're already a legend, man, for the amount of people you've impacted and the amount of people you continue to impact. You've impacted me. So well done on that.
Very, very appreciated. And yeah, like, when you believe, everything is possible. So I will try to keep spread this message. And yeah, and then at the end, we will see what's going to happen.
I love that. I love that. Brandao, stay effective.
Thank you so much.